cooking with love provides food for the soul. So we are here today on, I think this is now episode 4, and this is a pretty exciting episode for me because it's like one of my favorite pastimes, which is brunch. So basically, I know the weather is getting warmer, the sun is out, selfies, you know, selfie lighting and everything. It's like a great season to brunch and to host brunch. And for me personally, I enjoy going out for brunch, but sometimes it's also good to host because you get to save money and also just get to have your girlfriends over. So today I will show you guys some of my favorite brunch dishes and how to make them, and also how to, you know, present your decor, your table and everything to host your guests. So basically, first things first, I'm going to show you guys an easy peasy drink to make for your brunch. And this is great because it's virgin, it has no alcohol in it. So for people that don't like alcohol, this is a great drink for you to serve your guests. And also if you do like alcohol, then of course you can add on some, you know, in it. And basically this is raspberry strawberry lemonade, and we'll be making raspberry strawberry sangria. So let's get started. I'm going to show you guys how I make this. And if you're hosting a brunch, I would advise making the drink first and pop it into the fridge, or even making it the night before. That way all the fruits will soak up the drinks and the flavors will all merge together and everything will taste better. Hosting a super cute brunch on a budget is all about being smart. In Canada we have Dollarama, and in the States I'm sure you guys have Dollar Tree. You guys could go there, find a cute, super cute jar like this. This was like $1 something, I believe, or $2. And you can make your sangria in this, and when you serve it up, everything looks, you know, super posh and super pretty. The fruits that I'll be using are raspberry, strawberry, and lemon, whatever flavor that the drink already has. So basically, because we're working with lemony, we're working with natural fruits, which sometimes they could be a little tangy. I'm going to go in and add just a tablespoon of sugar. And this is optional if you don't like, or if you don't want to do this, you don't have to do it. You can make your lemonade from scratch if you're about that life. I'm not. Go ahead and pour in your drink. And look how pretty that looks. We're going to come into the fridge and we're going to move on to the next thing. Another cute thing is like this water jar. You can fill up with water. You can put some lemon in it if you want. It can be some lemon water, and you can pop it in the fridge. And this is basically giving your guests some options. If they don't want to drink the sangria or something alcoholic, they have some lemon water. This is also another cute save. It's from Dollarama, and it was for like $3. And pop this into the fridge. So now that we have the drink in the fridge, we're going to move on to our first appetizer, which is candied sausages. And basically what it is just sausages sauteed in maple syrup and a little bit of sugar. If you're hosting your brunch, you can actually start off with that as your appetizer section of your brunch. That way your guests are not hungry. I'm going to show you guys how to slice up the sausage. You can take off the casing right away. You can leave the casing on if you want. I don't think it really matters, to be honest with you. It's all up to you and your preference. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is because I want it to be somewhat thick, because once we start cooking it, it will like shrink down. When you're done dicing everything, you should have something like this. I'm going to go move on to the stove to actually get these cooking. We're going to pop the sausages onto the pan. And you want to do this on medium heat. Add a tablespoon of olive oil. This is optional, it's up to you and how much oil your sausages have. So we're just going to let it cook for about 5 minutes and we will be back to it. Alright, so it should look something like this after about 5 to 7 minutes. So I've reduced the heat to about a low, like a 2. Add on some maple syrup. I'm going to add on about 2 tablespoons. About a teaspoon of sugar. And then just stir in everything at a very low heat. I'm going to go ahead and cover it up and let it steam for about 5 to 7 more minutes. Just let that. So the candied sausage is cooking down over here, and we're going to move on to one of the main dishes of this brunch, which is home fries. They're my personal favorite because regardless if I'm at home having brunch or I'm out to brunch, I always get home fries. So I'm going to show you guys how I make my own version. I want to start off with potatoes, of course. You want to dice them up, and basically you want to dice them to about like an inch. We're going to go ahead and parboil it. putting our chicken broth, and I actually got this tip from my friend Domain. So Domain, if you're watching this, shout out to you. He likes to parboil his potatoes in chicken broth because he feels like it gives it more flavor. Just pour that into the pot. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more chicken broth just to fill up or level out the potatoes. This is such an inexpensive dish to make if you're hosting your brunch because it's a lot, it feeds a lot of people, but then you're not spending too much money. So, you know, brunch in a budget. And of course, I put this on everything. Shit, I bought the beef one and not the chicken one. Smart, Ralph, smart. We're gonna go ahead and pop on a little bit over the potatoes just for some flavor. I'm going to let this boil for about 15 to 20 minutes. Just go ahead and cover that. So we're back here and we're going to move on to the second dish, which is our bacon egg bake, because it's so easy to make and you just pop it in the oven, forget about it for like about 20 to 30 minutes and it's done and it's ready to go, and it's very fluffy and very light. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and take out the candied sausages now. All the syrups have been soaked in by the sausages, and now this has a beautiful sweet taste to it, and plate it. And for me, I love cute plating, so we're going to put it in this little mac and cheese toast dish type thing here. It looks something like this. We're going to put it aside. So what we're going to do is crack some eggs. And I'm going to use about 4 eggs and 4. We have some chopped onions, and these are red onions. So I'm going to pop that into my eggs with a little bit of black pepper. I was gonna say put a little bit, but I love a lot of black pepper. So we're gonna grind on a little bit of peppercorn in it as well. A little bit of sea salt. I put this ish on everything. Go in and put about half a teaspoon in there, and we're gonna give it a good whisk. I'm gonna take a break from the whisking and actually drain my potatoes. And for me, the chicken broth just kind of goes to waste afterwards. And I'm going to let it sit in the sink for a while. I'm going to return to whisking the eggs. I'm using some muffin trays to do this. I'm going to spray it with some oil so that nothing will stick in it. And as you're doing this, you want to preheat your oven to about 350. So what you do, take your bacon and pre-wrap it around my fingers, like so. And then pop it into the muffin tray. And go ahead and just pour in your egg. Just a little bit, not too much. Gonna do the same thing for the rest. We're going to go ahead and pop this into the oven and let that bake for about 20 to 30 minutes. We're going to move on to sauteing the potatoes now. And right now the pan is heating. I'm going to add just a little bit of olive oil, so about 2 tablespoons, and just let that heat up. I'm going to pop in a little bit of red onions. So this is about like 1/4 of a full one. So it just literally just looks a little bit like this. This is my potatoes, and it's a little bit too tender, more than I would like. So what I'm actually going to do is season the onions and then put in the potatoes and just kind of turn it so that way the potatoes do not overcook some more. So we're gonna add a little bit of black pepper. Now we're gonna go ahead and add the potatoes. And for the potatoes, like I said, I don't want to turn it or stir it too much. While you're letting it fry up, you can actually increase the heat to about medium to high and add half a tablespoon of garlic powder. Add the same amount, and then we're gonna go in with some thyme, about a teaspoon. I had to put some curry in my home fries. So I'm gonna go in with about a teaspoon as well of some curry and just sprinkle that over top. This, I'm actually not going to stir it in. I'm just literally going to leave it for about 5 minutes to fry up, and then we're going to stir it because I don't want to stir it too much to the point where the potatoes start to break down. So it's been about 5 minutes now, so I'm going to take my spatula and just stir it in a little bit. Go ahead and add on a little bit of salt, a little bit more of my beef seasoning. So the potato is about done now, and I'm going to go ahead and scoop it onto the plate. And basically to deplate, I'm using this cupcake holder just to have some kind of dimension on the table when we get to that part of setting the table. Put that right over here. I chopped up some fresh rosemary, and I'm just going to I'm just going to sprinkle that over top for some color. So now we have the home fries we've got our bacon egg muffins, and also have our candied sausages over here. So we're going to transfer everything to the table and then move on to making the final dish, which is my favorite part, my French toast. I love French toast. Today I actually wanted to make 2 different types of French toast. And this is the sliced banana walnut loaf cake. You can use any loaf cake or pound cake if you wanted something different and more sweet. And then also I have a regular Italian bread here. I'm going to also cut this up, so I'll be making 2 different types. I'm going to go ahead and make our batter. I'm going to crack about 5 eggs. For your traditional French toast, you're supposed to put some milk, but for this we're going to do it very differently, and we're going to use some vanilla ice cream instead. And basically this was frozen, but I left it out on the countertop throughout my whole cooking session and give it some time to actually melt, so now it's pretty much like milk. And basically what this is going to do is add richness in general. And I'm gonna put some powdered sugar, about half a cup, but I'm just gonna use some teaspoon, or tablespoon rather, and about 2 tablespoons should be half a cup in my head, I think so. I'm gonna put a little bit of cinnamon, and you can use cinnamon powder, but I actually learned somewhere that the stick is a lot stronger. Try to grate the stick on there. And basically for the cinnamon, you wanna use about 1 teaspoon. So because I'm grating this, because this is the stick, it's gonna take some time, so take your time while doing this. You're going to whisk everything together. And if you have nutmeg, you want to add nutmeg, you can as well, but we're not going to. If you're cutting your bread, you want to just cut off the head part. This part we won't be using. The rest of the loaf, I want to do it about 1.5 inches, so I want it pretty thick, about 1.5 inches. I have about 6 slices, and that should be enough because we also have the loaf bread that we'll be dipping in the batter as well. And we're going to take a little bit of butter. Make sure that you have it on low heat and just soak it into the batter like so. Alright, so we're going to let this cook for about 4 minutes on each side and flip it over. Okay, so the French toast is all done. We have the regular toast here, and then we have the banana ones here. And what I'm going to do is just garnish it with some sugar powder or powdered sugar and some fruits. Just shake it lightly over the toast. So like so. It just adds that beautiful restaurant style vibe to it. So we have our toasts all ready, all nice. Okay, so onto the Caesar salad. So we're using this as dessert. Some grapefruit, some oranges, and some clementine. So you literally just plate it as you wish. There is no roll to it. With how this is looking, I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle some pomegranate flavored cranberries. So you can use pomegranate seeds, but I couldn't find any, so I was able to find pomegranate flavored cranberries. Just throw that all over. You're gonna take some honey, splatter that all over, and that's pretty much your citrus salad. Alright, to set your table, you need a refreshment area. So in this area, you want to have your drinks, your water, your coffee, your tea, etc. So basically things that your guests can reach out for and drink. And I have instant coffee, so you don't have to waste time brewing some coffees. And basically just kind of set it up, make it look cute, give them options to pick from. And next, you want a jar of mixed trail or chocolate just for your guests to, again, snack on. And then that's pretty much your refreshment area. And we're going to move on to the appetizer area. So you have your candied sausages and some popcorn. And this is a really cheap appetizer because a bag of popcorn is huge, so your guests can snack on that. And this is the main course, which is the egg muffin and some croissant and some homemade potatoes. And then we have our French toast, the 2 two different types. And basically I have some fruits again for people to pair up with your French toast if they please. And then you have the citrus salad, some syrup, and pretty much that's an overall food wise. And they want to place some candles and flowers just to add on to it. Again, you can pick this up from Dollarama, and that's how to have a gorgeous brunch on a budget. I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini table setup. Yes. Everything looks so good. I just feel like there's just so much to eat here. I don't even know where to start. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this brunching on a budget, and I hope you guys get to recreate some of these dishes if you guys are hosting. And I feel like brunch is for everyone. Mother's Day is coming up. Do something like this for your mom. She's going to appreciate it. Do something like this for a girls' weekend. Your girls are going to appreciate it. Do something like this for your boyfriend, your girlfriend. I feel like this is like super easy, but it looks beautiful and well thought out and well put together. So keep on brunching, guys, and I will see you guys in my next cooking video. Thank you so much for joining me on Cooking with Rao, #Rao Cooks. Until next time, bye guys. Bye guys. Bye bye guys. 1,000 kisses. Bye.